Okay, I'm on. I don't know what's wrong with my computer. Yeah, I can. I don't know what's wrong with my computer, but yeah, I can hear now.
Good.
That was so strange.
So I think we're still waiting for Emma.
Yeah, Emma should be back.
Emma?
What'd she say?
Did she text in the group chat?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for the code. I sent it to her.
Okay.
Oh no, she could have run back upstairs.
Is she here? All right. Are we good to start?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, perfect. Hi, Kiana. How are you doing?
Good. How are you guys? I'm excited to meet you.
Doing good.
Thank you for taking your time to talk to us.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. Well, we're just going to ask you some questions. It'll be about 30 minutes. We just want to get to know like your idea of your business and just, yeah, that's what we want to do. Okay,
Sounds good.
cool.
So
I
you
don't
wanna
have my piece of paper, so I'll be right back. But you guys can ask your questions.
I guess to start off, like, can you tell us a little bit about your business?
I want it to be kind of focused around mindful living. And I had done a podcast in the past called Daily Lives. And I've just been intrigued with how different people live their lives, kind of a coming off of that and creating a place where I have these workbooks I created that can be kind of a mindset reset for people who are one life. And then also on the website, I'm creating an email list so I can send out emails here and there that kind of are a roundup of different meditations or practices for mindfulness and healthy living. So that's
I love it.
the
I like
idea.
that a lot.
Thank you.
And what's your plan to use for social media? Like, how do you plan on using social media to help like your business grow?
Yeah,
Like, I don't know.
yeah, good question. I'm still kind of figuring it out, but once I launch the journals this week, I'm going to start posting about that. And then I'm kind of trying to decide if I want to just keep it on my personal accounts and then post kind of when I do new emails and just be like, hey, have you joined the email list yet? And maybe have like an Instagram story or highlight section that I put any stories I do that relate to the business, and just kind of keep it linked to who I am, since a lot of the business is what I already love to do and want to keep growing. So yeah, definitely open to ideas, but those are some of my thoughts.
Thank you.
Would you be like open to using other social media pages besides Instagram, like Facebook or I don't know, some of the other ones?
Yeah, I've thought about using Facebook as well. I think Instagram probably hits my audience that I'm going for the most. But yeah, I'd be open to other ones.
Who is who are you specifically trying to target this year?
My goal is to target like college students and young adults because I think my journey kind of started from college and just all the different stresses and figuring out life. And so I'd love to kind of help those people who are also trying to figure things out and want to live more mindfully. So definitely young adults and college students.
Cool.
Would you say your clientele would be more like female based or male based or just both?
Both, yeah.
Okay, so if you could describe it, what's like the tone or the feeling of your brand?
I would say very peaceful, calming, joyful, lots of like earth tones, and then slightly a like vintage-esque aesthetic.
Like it.
Just one question. So when you do eventually make content for your social media platforms, how do you like think about doing it? Because obviously you mentioned the products are journals, right? In this scenario. So how do you like, do you have any ideas in terms of like creative posts what you could put aside from just showing the product, maybe like students holding them or something of the sort? Any cool ideas?
Yeah, so I did a branding shoot a little bit ago, and so I have some different kinds of shots of the planners in different environments, and then just like different poses of holding the whole stack, and then zoom in on certain pages and digital versus physical planners. So I think I'd probably use those, and then I just have some different shots of me in different situations too, and so posting more like maybe a personal thought and like quote that would link back to the main idea of the planner. Um, so yeah, kind of just showing what I'm passionate about and not just focusing on the planner, I guess.
Okay, so I have two questions. If you can think to a year from now, where do you see your business? And then I'll ask the second one later.
Sounds good. I think a year from now, I think honestly the email list would be awesome to really focus on and grow because that's, I feel like a way I can best serve my audience. And I think it would be really fun in the future to branch off into creating like little meditation courses specifically for college students. And then I think the planner would just kind of always be something that's there if they want it. And then as they're on the email list, I can, if I have like a sale going on, I can be like, hey, have you thought about this once they kind of know me more and know what I'm about. So yeah, I guess kind of the email list, which I'm calling the letters series, is a big thing that I would love to have grow. And then I think from that, I can branch off into either meditation courses or yoga or just continuing with the journals. So
You say that your email list is called, what is it called again?
the letters.
The letters?
That's so cute. I love it.
Yeah.
Maybe this isn't relevant at the moment, but it helps to get a vision of things. So where do you see it in like 5 years?
Um, I think just kind of creating a community around it and maybe even getting into more ages, because I think at first here I really want to focus on college students, because that's kind of the season of life I've just been through, and I'm graduating this semester, so maybe in the future kind of branching off into like older young adults would be awesome. But yeah, I think just really creating a community through the newsletters and maybe social media, and then if any products or ideas come from that that can serve that community, I'd love to create that. So
Yeah, I was just gonna ask, do you plan on maybe switching, because you currently right now are using one Instagram, correct?
Mhm.
For all of your social media. Have you thought about like making up your own Instagram page for it too?
yeah, I've kind of debated the idea because a lot of times when I start something, I'll make a new Instagram. Um, and the only reason I haven't yet with this one is because I feel like it connects really well with what people already know about me. And so it would, I feel like, hit the most people if I do on my current one since I already have a following there. And then I thought about if it was to get bigger, going onto its own page.
Okay.
So
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Just your personal name also being with it. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and I feel like knowing Kiana, it's like what she makes is her personality. So, and if you're trying like down the road when you have these many followers, I feel like it'd be kind of counterproductive to start a whole new one after you have all those followers that you've built up.
that's a good point. I didn't think about that.
So you haven't launched the planners yet, right?
No, this week I will.
This week. Okay, cool. Um, and have you like done anything like so far, like to try and like market it coming out?
I did like a little teaser on my Facebook. Um, I just updated my profile picture to one from the branding shoot and then said how I was launching a new project soon and was excited to share it with them. But that's it so far.
Cool.
How often do you want to post?
Um, so currently I don't post very much. And so I don't know if I would want to post like a ton just because I don't know. I feel like they'd be like, oh wow, you're really trying to like advertise this thing instead of being like myself. And I don't want it to feel too like pushy. So I think like after the initial launch, I think it would be fun to do a few different ones, like as I'm sending out orders, showing kind of like the behind the scenes in my stories of putting the orders together and just things that feel very like organic and real. But it would be fun to figure out like creative ways that I can post without just feeling like I'm buy this, you know.
So just curious, so you mentioned earlier that you wanted to kind of your like target demographic were young adults and college students who've kind of gotten their I guess like they're stressed about college and they're just trying to figure out life. In that case, what do you think these psychographics would be like? What their interests would be? Like you mentioned yoga, meditation, and stuff. Are there maybe a couple other? Sorry, are there maybe a couple other aspects that we could also kind of go off on in that case that you could maybe suggest?
Yeah, I think also just people who are like very like involved or just kind of busy maybe and wanting to figure out how to incorporate that break into their life when maybe they feel like it would be a waste of time to do meditation, but it actually is going to help them. Just kind of thinking back to who I was when I found everything, because I think that's kind of the target. But I think there are people who maybe have an interest or have thought about how they can be more healthy and are maybe looking in other avenues for health as well. And people who maybe, I think for me, like in my personal journey, anxiety was a big thing. So I think people working through anxiety and depression would also be my target audience. So.
You mentioned that you wanted to post, but not super frequently. But like, have you thought about maybe posting like once a week to keep them like still kind of there? Like, hey guys, I'm just like some sort of meditation. I don't know if that would help like you boost like your social media more, or I don't know. Just thinking of ideas that could help.
That is a good idea. Yeah, I've thought about doing just like little video snippets of like tips for meditation but yeah, maybe I could start some kind of like Instagram series.
Yeah, even
Like that
reels.
kind
Reels too.
Yeah, that's a good point. I like that.
I don't know how to do reels, but I think reels would be a good way.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, reels are fun.
So now that like Kelby mentioned Reels, it kind of made me think because TikTok kind of has a huge scene for, when it comes to a lot of mental health and such. There's, the toxic side of TikTok, but then there's also like the aspect side of TikTok that kind of follows under mental health, fitness and everything. Maybe would you consider using TikTok as one of those social medias to kind of promote your company and your brand image, I guess?
Yeah, actually, that's one that I like don't know a lot about, but I keep thinking about that. So I like that idea a lot. I think I would need to learn it and figure out what to do, but I think that would be a great avenue for it.
Sweet.
I also think Pinterest would be a really good way for you to um, find, like, get more engagement. So that's
That
just
would
a
be fun. I actually
not a
just
question.
created Pinterest, so that would be awesome.
Yeah, I think like your brand would work so well with Pinterest.
That'd be
And
fun.
also, it sort of feels like your brand and your personality would target women more than men.
Mm.
But I don't know. It's your business.
Yeah, I think I want to target both, but I do think my aesthetic probably does lean more toward women.
So you would say like your age range is like 18 to 24. Like, would that be like a good assumption to guess?
Yeah, maybe even like 26.
Okay. And are you what demographic community are you trying to target? The church community? Are you trying to target the community overall as college students?
Yeah, more overall as college students.
Okay. Because I was trying to think of like ways that you can help brand yourself through social media. Like, I don't know. I feel like relevant hashtags could help even. Like, because it'll bring out your name. Because right now you're currently on private, aren't you? On Instagram.
Oh, yes. Hmm.
So that might be another recommendation.
That's a
Is
good point. I forgot about that.
And is there anything else that you want us to know about what you're working on?
Question. I guess just that the mission